A Mechon M71. I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Oh, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Reyn! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
Alright, so don't go completely disregarding what we've just been through before, because it's kind of helpful still. Also, this is obvious right here, when your HP is 0, you're incapacitated. So, we have new arts with these new characters, so with this character Shulk, we have Backslash, which does additional damage when you attack him from behind, Light Heal, which restores HP on whoever you target, which it lets you target once you've actually used it. So what we're trying to learn right now is trying to use this turn strike, which you can only fill up by using the auto attack. Pretty much, that pretty much works with any talent art. So we just inflict break. Hopefully if... Look at that, now we toppled it, because we put it in the break status first, and then yes. So we can't be using the same art repeatedly over and over again. Once we use one, it has a cooldown time, and we have to wait for it to get out of that in order to use it again. And I already showed that talent art off, so once you have it accessed, then yeah. Pretty much what I explained right now. You have to fill it up using auto attacks, and then you could use it, and then you have to do that process all over again. And now we could loot this treasure chest right here. And it gives us iron crabble shell and small shell. Oh, that's nice. And if you guys are noticing, this barrier's still around here. So in order to make it disappear, we have to defeat all the enemies related to it. Namely, this guy right here, a common Caterpile. Also, I forgot to mention, like any auto attacking that you've gotten toward the talent art, it'll still stay to the next battle, I think. And here it's explaining aggro. Pretty much, the more damage you do to someone or to an enemy, the more aggro you draw, and it is as indicated by that ring right there. So it's focused on Reyn right now because he has the aggro. So while he has the aggro, you could take the chance to use any arts that are associated with another part of the enemy.
Thanks, Reyn. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony's gonna be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
And it just tells you right here, you can follow the arrow on the top middle to advance the story. And it tells you about controlling the camera right here. If you just hold ZL to get the camera instructions, whatnot, if you want to do that sort of thing. Honestly, I've never really messed with it other than moving it with the right stick, but it's also telling you could press X to save your progress. You can review tutorials at any time in the menu and whatnot. And as you go along in the game, you'll get further tutorials. If you want to see more information, you can just check those out. And while we're here, let's just steal this. Caterpillar syrup and broken antenna. Actually, I may as well show off the tutorials, because there is a couple tutorials that don't get shown off, like camera continued, like more details and such. You can even read up on battle tactics with the characters that you get along the way. I was trying to say along the game, I'm like, well, it's kind of obvious it's a game, but still. You could read on this, so Shulk's talent art is Turn Strike, which inflicts break on the enemy. And as it mentions right here, it fills up when you auto-attack. So it's vital to auto-attack and not just use arts all the time. And I do like how it makes it seem like these characters explaining it themselves. I let Reyn bear the brunt of the attacks. He can take a lot more knocks to the head than I can. Yeah, leave it to me. I distract the monsters and draw the aggro while you do damage with backslash. Don't let me down. When Reyn's feeling the heat a bit, I can use light heal to help him get back in the game. Thanks, Shulk, but make sure you don't draw too much aggro yourself. Sometimes you just want to lay off the arts for a while. So yeah, depending on the arts and whatnot, it'll just draw more aggro to you. And Reyn right here is pretty much the tank right now. So his thing is Mad Taunt, so when he uses his talent art, he draws aggro and fills up when he auto attacks. My job is to protect Shulk. I let my talent art gauge fill up and use Mad Taunt to draw aggro. Pretty nifty, right? The talent gauge fills up when you use Bone Upper too. Pretty useful when we need Mad Taunt. If a monster's suffering from break, I can use Wild Down to topple it. Good or what? Yeah, I'll break them with Turn Strike, then you topple them with Wild Down. So pretty much, these party members complement each other. So yeah, very, very, very imperative that you figure out how they complement each other. And there's a bunch of enemies right here, little bunnets and little skeeters. They're doing me no harm, so I'm not even gonna bother. But then again, I am almost level 2. The more experience, the better, I suppose. And I can't believe it. A little bug just blocked my attack. So anyway, the break status pretty much sets up for topple. That's pretty much all it's really there for. And once the enemy's toppled, they can't do any attacks, and they're pretty much helpless until they get back up. So keep that in mind. Break goes into topple, and topple goes into something else, but we'll get to that later on. So this little blue orb we just found is a collectible. We could put this in the Collectopedia, which we could find in the menu right here. So we just collected a cool potato. And there's a bunch of orbs that scatter along the ground, and they're more easier to spot at night, and I think there's even more of them at night. But you know what? We'll see it at nighttime when we actually get to it. And a strong dandelion right there, and just a bunch of little skeeters, more common caterpillars, little bunnets. You know what? Let's fuck with a couple bunnets. They fuck like bunnets, I suppose. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. And take it! Ugh, look at that. So, you'll know when you get the special effect just right whenever, like, a little thing shows up around the number that's pretty much saying, wow, you really did a shit ton of damage right there. And I didn't even... I just wasted that. Screw it. It does a pretty decent amount of damage on its own. And right now I have the aggro. Reyn, might want to grab the aggro so I can do this. And he got out of the way. So if you don't get him directly in the back, it's not going to get the effect. And it's going to kind of suck. So yeah, when there's enemies nearby with each other, they pretty much join in along the battle once you've triggered it. So be wary of the enemies around you. Who knows, there might actually be like a really strong enemy nearby. They'll join in and then you're fucked. Trust me, I know from experience. I think anyone who's ever played this game knows from experience. But you know what? We haven't gotten that far yet. And those of you who don't know about it, well, we'll get there, don't worry.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right, see you later.
Come back, I need my tank! Screw it, we'll be fine. We're not going to be getting in any parties. So every time a party changes up a little bit, it'll tell you right here and you can just review it. So you're never totally helpless. So you could visit shops that have that little tent above their head, and you could sell stuff, you could buy stuff, and it even tells you what's expensive and what's inexpensive by the little icon and whatnot. So keep that in mind. If you want to keep something expensive for later, we'll go ahead, or either that or just sell it. Who knows, you may even need it for a quest and whatnot. which is explained right here. Anyone with an exclamation mark over their head has a quest for you. So you could get money and experience or items through these kinds of quests, and if you talk to named NPCs, you could trade with them, and if they have an exclamation mark over their head, more often than not, they'll have a unique quest of sorts. You could do quests along the main story, and there's a lot of them, trust me. If you feel like you're kind of helpless, do some side questing and whatnot. Maybe you'll get something useful. And right here, we could find the shop. You could buy stuff, you could sell stuff. I'm actually going to sell everything I really don't need right now. Collectibles you could sell. I think they're a little more expensive, or they get you more money when you sell them, but I think they're more useful in terms of actually getting the using them toward quests and whatnot. So collectibles right here, they have their own slot section, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just sell all the materials right here. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Doo-doo. Look at that. I already got 4,000 G. I'm not going to sell any of the collectibles right now, though. I'm going to add those to my Collectopedia right now. And you could also buy weapons and armor, like weapons, armors, and skill books. So yeah, skill books, pretty damn useful if you want to get like your arts leveled up, but you know what, we'll get to explaining that later. For now, let's go looking for some actual quests. You could actually look in the top right in the mini-map to see if there's any nearby people with quests and whatnot. I think I already passed him. Oh, there's Sonia right here, but she doesn't have a quest for us. My good-for-nothing son broke something very dear to me. It was all I had left to remember my husband by, and now it's gone. He passed away a mere year ago. Oh, he's such a spoiled little boy. A little boy? Damn, really? Who'd have thought? So, anytime you talk to a named NPC, they get added to the affinity chart, and then any relationships between other named NPCs will get marked alongside them. So we actually found our first named NPC through this. I think I may have... Well, where the hell is that freaking quest at? It says it's right here, but I don't see anything. Unless I'm missing it. Oh, well, this... It's just an unnamed Colony 9 resident. My niece asked me to get her something cute. Just wish I was better at finding stuff like that. Will you help me? And here we get a subquest of sorts. So we have to collect 2 rabbit diodes in Colony 9. These are collection quests. Pretty much, if you played an MMO, you know what you're getting into. And also you can view quests in the quest log in the menu. And usually, more often than not, unnamed NPCs will have multiple quests, so you just maybe want to stick around, wait for it to show up. That one didn't though, so thankfully it's just one collection quest from him. There's collection quests, there's hunting quests, there's challenge quests, a whole bunch of quests. And then there's named quests. Pretty much, they're a lot more useful, and they give more to the world of Bionis and such. So keep a mind out for those. Also, oh, hey, look at that. This is what I was looking for before we go onward. Marcia. Dearie me, my grandsons are having quite the altercation. And now to get the upper hand, they're both in training. That doesn't sound good. Have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? I certainly haven't. I do hope the younger of the 2 wins, though. He's my flesh and blood, after all. You mean the other one isn't? That's why I'd like someone to take him the biscuits I've made. It might encourage him to train harder. And this is one of those named quests. They pretty much help build the world and such. So, we take this lady's biscuits to a named NPC, Jirok. So, I don't even know. I'm most grateful. My legs aren't what they used to be, you see. Even getting to the residential district is awkward. I'll make you some biscuits. No problem, leave it to me. Make sure my grandson gets those biscuits. Yeah, all of them preferably. God damn, you are really playing favorites here. But you know what, that's neither here nor there. I'm just here to do the quest for you. Verdun Blukgal, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. On the beach near Anti-Air Battery 1. I can't stand the sight of it. Nasty thing with those spiky horn bits. You'll take care of it, won't you? Well, this is one of those challenge quests. Pretty much they give you a quest to defeat a tougher enemy. So maybe accept these and hold off a little bit. At the very least, maybe check in on the enemy so you get an idea of what you're getting into. And then maybe fight it later if you're up for it. And there's another colony. Actually, how am I doing? You know that big lump of metal sticking out of the western cliff? There are all kinds of machines in there that we can never make. But you already knew that. No, I didn't. Well, now I know, anyway. So where's that? Oh, there's that quest right here. Oh, good gracious, you won't believe what a silly fool I am. I've lost something I really need. Will you help me find it? And the key. We just gotta search for a key. And there's these search quests too, where you have to find a specific item and bring it back. But I am a fool losing my door key. My fate is in your hands. Yeah, sure, why not? Honestly though, I can't remember where that key is, and there's a whole bunch of NPCs here. And then there's this sir right here. Hello there, youngin'. I got something that might interest you. Rather, something to tell you. It's about this here furnace. When creatures die, they leave either ether crystals behind. I read that as either. Terrible. Everyone knows that, don't they? Ether particles in the body are... Ooh, that stuff's too complicated. Just remember that creatures drop ether crystals when they die. But I haven't got to the best part yet. Really? Don't be shocked. This furnace compresses ether crystals and removes impurities. You use it to make ether gems. What, no reaction? Kids these days. You don't know how amazing this thing is. You can use the furnace to make ether gems. They've got the powers of ether crystals but highly condensed. Those ether gems can give you all sorts of powers. They're great for use in the home or by the defense force. Just put them in weapons or armor with slots. What, that's not much of a reaction. Never mind, it'd probably be quicker for you to try it. If you want to give it a try, just put gems in your weapon slots. That weapon of yours will do fine. So now we get 2 free gems, so strength up 2 and HP up 2. So the number right there pretty much indicates the ranking. And I believe there's 6 rankings, but we'll get into that later. For now, all we know is that we got gems and we could equip them on ourselves. Don't waste your ether crystals by selling them, those things are useful. Yes, they really are. Anyway, I'm going to actually show off the menu right here. So here's the area map. You can pretty much just check anywhere you've been, and you could even see landmarks, places of interest and sorts. And these landmarks right here, they're going to be explaining it soon enough, but, and yeah, right there is where we got to be going. So thankfully, we're not completely in the dark on where the hell we actually have to go. In fact, the thing in the top middle gives it away. And you can check your items right here, your inventory. You can't do this quite yet. And then the Collectopedia, which I'm probably going to show off right now, while we're here. So we have, well, not even that many collectibles, so I'm actually going to put them in the slots right here. So in Colony 9, there's this many freaking collectibles. So if you want to be completing this 100%, you're kind of going to go scrounging around all over the place. And yes, the collectibles are pretty much random. I think there's specific spots where you could find specific ones at a higher rate, but for the most part, they are random. So keep that in mind. You might be here a while if you're going to be looking for one specific one, so yeah. I don't think there's anything over here. Doesn't look like it anyway. Oh wait, this is just a shortcut to this area. Alrighty then. Alright, I just made my way back to this little spot right here. I know there's a couple of quests right here. Here they are.
Hello.
Do you know where to find Fang Teeth? My grandma keeps on telling me that she needs 2 of them. They must be for her handicrafts. If you don't find them for me, I'll never hear the end of it. And here we have another material quest, so we just gotta collect 2 Fang Teeth here in Colony 9. Thanks a million. I don't know if getting them will be dangerous, but if so, be careful. I don't think you have anything else for me, so that's good. And I see another quest somewhere around here. I'm trying to collect them while I can, and we'll do them along the way. There's some hand bunnets just outside the commercial district. It would be very dangerous if they got inside the colony. Could you go and deal with them? And here we have another monster quest, or at the very least, Monsterquest 3 Part 1. So this guy has multiple ones for us. So for this one, we got to defeat 2 hand bunnets. What else you got for us? And beach crabbles, so we got to hunt those down in somewhere in the commercial district. So defeat 3 of those. You have another one? Yes, you do. I got attacked on my way to Tefra Cave earlier. I think they were wood bunnets. I was on Tefra Hill at the time. You wouldn't mind sorting them out, right? Why the hell not? We might actually go there later, Shifty Eyes. I know we are. Next time I could feel more safe as I stride blindly into danger. Alrighty then, well that's nice. Oh, Jesus. Yep, this is gonna be a thing. You know what light skeeters look like, don't you? You see a lot of them on the beach in Anti-Air Battery 1. Sadly, they tend to get inside the colony and cause trouble. Can you cull their numbers a bit? So how many you want us to kill? 3? That's not gonna do anything at all. I knew you'd be up for it. Be careful now. And I believe that's it. Alrighty, cool. Sorry for doing that, and we found another named NPC, Paola. When Reyn lifts me up, I can see really far into the distance. I love it when he bounces me up and down on his shoulders. Oh, that's nice. Seems this little kid really likes Reyn, so that's a good thing to know. Alrighty then. I think that's about it in terms of that. If we find any other NPCs that are named... Oh, damn it. Okay, that was weird. All of a sudden my Wiimote just got interrupted. Or maybe it's the controller. I don't even know. You guys saw that. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, whenever you discover a new landmark, area, anything of that sort, you get experience, SP, and AP. And yeah, it's really awesome. They really reward you in this game for trying to, like, explore anywhere and everywhere. And considering how huge this game is, well, you'll be getting a lot of rewards, trust me. And we got a landmark right here. So the colony features landmarks, important places and hidden areas, and locations. So when you discover these, you get experience. If you find all the landmarks and locations in an area, you get the map filled out in your area map. So that's also a good incentive, so you don't go all over the place, you know.
You idiots! What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
You mean he hasn't?
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered. But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine, they win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform. Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Jesus.
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then! Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve!
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers!
Jesus.
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
What the fuck, man? Welcome to Xenoblade, everybody. And this guy has a quest for us. There's some lake flammy on the beach near Anti-Air Battery 1. Could you take a couple of them out for me? We regularly exterminate the monsters around the batteries. It helps keep them safe. And you have more. Oh, yeah, Monsterquest 2 Part 1. You have more for us, sir. Alright, what do you got for us next? And let me talk to you. There we go. Some baby Armus on the beach near Anti-Air Battery 1. So it seems we've got to be exploring for that little area, too. So, one baby Armu. So, honestly, considering the name Baby Armu, that doesn't sound very assuring on how this defense force works. I want you to kill a couple stone crabbles near Agora Shore. We cull them regularly to stop their numbers going too high. So, 2 stone crabbles. Yeah, that'll definitely stop the population. Trust me. Sorry to have to keep asking you. Agora Shore is east of the colony. It's a little far, but you'll find it. Alright, cool. So I don't think there's anyone else, actually. Oh, wait a minute. If I remember correctly... Did the Bionis and the Mechonis really fight each other? That must be why the Mechon attacked us. But I still can't quite believe it. I think in the minimap, there's some NPCs. I think when they're blue, it shows that they're named NPCs. Yeah, like this guy, John, or Jan. Just take a look around. All I see is weak spots. Look at that washout over there, cutting corners just like always. Now, this guy doesn't have very much faith in this in this army. And of course, this man. Put your backs into it! Get a move on, you maggots! And yeah, that's the best I could do without waking anyone up right now. I'm not trying to be quiet, but at the same time, I'm not trying to be loud. And I wonder what these guys have to say. Like, I will collect the ether cylinders at once, Colonel. Okay. I'll be more careful next time, Colonel. God damn, he has these guys whipped, and it's pretty damn amazing, honestly. Oh, wait a minute. I think when they're named NPCs, they show up as orange-ish on the map. Then again, I'm not really sure. Or I don't even know. Or important NPCs show up as orange on the map, and then there's blue ones that are named ones. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you see something blue on the mini-map, that's a named NPC. Really good to find them out like that, you know? Me run out of materials for my research, but too busy to go get more. Friends maybe go get for me? I'm not your friend, buddy. Alright, fine. 2 small shells. That'll do fine. Friends will really go? Thank you! Crabble's always dropping small shells. Alright, so I do like how whenever you read this sort of thing, like they give you a little indication on where you find wherever, whatever, or if you check the quest log and whatnot. So this lady we mentioned, or guy, honestly, Napon are weird. At the very least, androgynous of sorts. I think it's a lady, judging by the eyebrows and whatnot. Or not eyelashes. That's what I meant. Lashes. But that's beside the point. Like this Napon mentioned, Crabble's dropped the item we need to find her. So, see, she's not completely useless in the fact.